Mmm. You know, if you don't have anybody this Valentine's Day, if you don't have a date, if you don't have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, make yourself a bomb ass meal. And watch my videos. Watch my videos. You could eat with me. If I get sauce on my chin, oh wow. Look at this bomb ass shrimp right here. Mmm. These are bell peppers. Sweet bell peppers. Mmm. We also got some asparagus, lightly sauteed. Mmm. And some olive oil. Mmm. We got some zucchinis. Mmm. Mmm. So, in honor of love, I'm going to be talking about the first few times I fell in love. So, I fell in love 2 times, okay? And I like to think because of my sign, I'm a Pisces. And Pisces just live like for romantic love, gushy, like crushes. Like, I'm not a player. Like, I'm really not a player, but I crush a lot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't a player. I just crush a lot. You know what I mean? So, you know, be my crush out there. You never know. Like, I could have a crush on you. You don't even know. I got a fried shrimp right here. Mmm. So, I get a lot of crushes. As far as like investing myself, my whole like self into somebody, I really have to like feel something for that person. And that to me, I think, is what love feels like. Now, love is like, when they say love is pain, love is like, it almost hurts. Like, that's how love feels. Or maybe you're not with that person anymore, or maybe you guys broke up, or maybe something happened to where you can't be with that person, and you know that you really love that person. Like, it hurts. Like, it hurts inside your soul, inside your stomach, inside your body. Like, it's nothing that I don't think that you would feel unless you were in love. Scallop. So for me, I choose my partners by the way I felt about them. And to me, I think that I felt like that was love. You know what I mean? Look at this fried scallop, how beautiful it is. Oh my god, so beautiful. So when I was younger, I had a lot of, like, you know, guys that liked me. I talked to guys on the phone. You know, I had a lot of guys here and there that like wanted to like be my boyfriend and stuff, but I never like took it as far as just like flirty and, you know, having a little crush. Like, I have a crush on that guy. Like, he's cute. Like, I like his attention, but like, I don't want to get in bed with him and I don't want to kiss him. I just want him, like, I just want his attention, you know? because he's cute, because, you know, I can. So when I fell in love with my first love, so I'm going to tell you how it feels. I'm going to tell you how this spark inside you feels, right? So before I met him, right, I had a lot of like little boyfriends, guys that talked to, guys that liked me. But it like I said, it wasn't a thing that I wanted to pursue. So once I seen this guy, he was my neighbor. It was like the weirdest feeling in the world. When I seen this guy, I had seen him like kind of looking at me, and when I looked at him, it was like deja vu. Like, I swear, it felt like, where the hell do I know this guy from? Like, why do I feel like I know this? Like, I've known him like for my whole life. Like, it was so weird. And then I seen him for a second time. So I had seen him and I felt like, where the hell do I know this guy, right? He ended up, like, he was my neighbor, right? This guy was my neighbor. But when I seen him for the first time around, like, my apartments, I was like, where do I know this guy from? Like, like, I kept, like, I didn't know at this point that I liked him. I just knew, like, that I knew him for some weird reason. So I was seeing him like pass by. I was seeing him like moving stuff in, doing this, doing that, because he lived in the apartment. And this guy, I would have to say at the time, he was not my type. Like, he was like totally not my type. But I felt like this guy, I don't know, it was just like a weird gut deja vu, who is this person type of feeling. I seen him for a second time at a grocery store, at a local grocery store. And I remember seeing him, like, it was like so weird. Seeing him walk into the grocery store, and it was like something told me, like, something told me, like, turn around. Like, it was so weird. So I turned around and I seen this guy, like, I seen him, you know, and I was just like, I was like, who is this guy? And it was like I seen him and nobody else was there. It was so weird. It was like everything went out the door. Like, everything around him and me, like, went out the door, and it was just like me and him at that point. And he looked at me and I was just like like a dork. And then so I knew at this point, this was the time, I remember this specific time was the time I knew that this guy was gonna be in my life. Like, I just knew, like, something inside me just told me, like, this guy's gonna, like, has to be in my life. And he ended up, you know, being in my life. And he ended up being, you know, the father of my first child. Feeling is like something that you'll never forget, and something that like, and you're gonna, when you feel that, you're gonna know the difference between a crush. You're gonna know the difference between, oh, I really like this person, and you're gonna know the difference between like, oh my god, like this person, where have you been all my life? Like, why were you missing? Like, what, like, you know what I mean? It's just like that. Like, it's just like, and you just instantly feel a connection, and you just instantly feel like, but I feel like a lot of these kids nowadays, they really don't get it. And I feel like they think like they really like this person, or they think they really like, you know, their first boyfriend and their first girlfriend, and they're really young. And I don't think that they really know. You know, I don't really think they know, because it took me a while to finally feel this feeling. And I knew, now I know, at 32 years old, I know that that's what love feels like. I knew I loved this. I knew, like, now that I really loved this guy. And I felt like I had known him my whole life. Like, I really felt like I had, like, this guy was, like, I knew him in a past life, or I feel like we knew each other in past lives. Like, I feel like you kind of find, like, these soulmates, and, you know what I mean? I definitely feel like I've had 2 soulmates that I have been with, and that I've had a connection with, which obviously, like, my first baby's father, I feel like he was like one of my soulmates. And I felt like the reason why I felt like that is because I felt like I needed him to be in my life, and I felt like I needed to be in his life in any way possible. And I felt like a weird draw to him. And it wasn't, and it wasn't because his looks, it wasn't because the way he talked, it wasn't because any kind of game he spit. It was just like another type of feeling, right? And then, you know, to get to my other love, which is my second love, which is my second baby daddy. How ghetto. Ghetto up in this bitch. Yes, I got tattoos and I got 2 baby daddies. What? Judge me. I don't give a fuck. But I am the best person that you will ever meet, okay? Don't ever get it twisted. Like, you could judge me all you want, but I am the realest bitch that you will ever meet, and I am the fucking dopest bitch, the nicest bitch. I will give you the fucking underwear off my ass, okay? I will, if you love me, I will love you, and there's no judgment. I don't do drugs, I don't drink, I don't party. I'm a good mother, so judge me all you want, but I know who I am. With that being said, my second love was my second baby's father, which I was pretty much like the same thing. Like, it wasn't because of his looks, it wasn't because of like how he talked or his game. Like, he really didn't have any game. It was mainly a connection I had with him. And this is how I know that this was like a soulmate, or this was like real love, was because before I was dating guys, I had a few boyfriends, like in between meeting my first baby daddy, and in between meeting, I mean, after my first baby daddy, after I had my daughter, I had, like, you know, I had my daughter, and then, you know, my baby daddy was in prison, so I kind of like started dating. You know, but I never, honestly, I dated a lot of guys in between. Dating doesn't mean, okay? That's not what that means. And you could go ahead and think what you want. But I even had like a serious boyfriend that I had like for almost a year. I know I didn't love him. I just knew I didn't love him. I didn't feel that feeling like I did with anybody else, but I kind of just like wanted to be in a relationship because I felt lonely, and I kind of like grasped onto him, and like, you know what I mean, like he took me out, he had a steady job, he had kids too, so but I knew I didn't love him. I just knew I didn't love him. I didn't feel that same feeling I did for my first and for my second. So all right, so I forgot to tell you guys that I had mussels as well, and they're hot. Okay. All right. So I had a few boyfriends, and I knew I didn't feel the same way I did for my first and my second. Oh my god, beautiful meal, so satisfying. So when I met Vato, when I met my second baby daddy, I felt that connection again. I felt like I had known him. It was so weird. And it took a while. I thought I'm never going to find nobody. Like, I really thought that I was never going to find anybody else. I really thought that, you know, okay, I'm just going to, like, wait for my first baby father, because he was the only one I felt that for. And I couldn't find anybody else. I thought I wasn't going to find anybody else in the world to feel that for, you know? Because I had dated all these guys, and they were just like, yo, like, I was just like, yo, no, like, I didn't like anybody. I dated so much, and I just felt like it's never gonna happen. Like, I'm just gonna wait, you know? And I hope and pray to God that, like, we're able to, like, stick it out and be together. But when I met Vato, I felt like, I was like, oh my god, I felt that feeling, like, oh my god, like, I know you in a past life, like, oh my god, another soulmate, like, thank Jesus. Jesus sent me another soulmate, you know? And it was just that feeling, like, you just want to be around them, like, you just want them in your life, you know? And you know, I still absolutely positively feel that way, you know, like, I still feel like I, you know, need them in my life. But sometimes just because you feel that way, you know, it can't always be that way, you know what I mean? But love is an absolutely powerful thing, and it's so crazy. Like, it really is so crazy. And you would think, like, you really sometimes sit there and think, like, why does this girl go through these things? Why is she still with this guy? Like, and it's because love is such a powerful thing that you really have to be careful, because love is not a game, you know? It's not. And it's like powerful, and it's real. It's a feeling that's so strong that they had to make a whole damn day for it, you know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't there be a day for love? Because it's strong, and when you find it, it's something that you're like gonna know that is special, you know? You're just gonna know it's special, and you're gonna know in your heart when it's not special. Like, you're gonna know it's not special. And if you know in your heart, in your gut, and you feel that, like, you know what, this is not special enough, then you need to, like, stop forcing it, you know what I mean? Because there's sometimes people will force it and it's just not there. But with that being said, I love you guys. This video is going to be super long. I'm probably going to have to cut it up. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I got all up in my feels. Like, I'm almost going to cry. This is like something that's real, you guys. Like, I know that people, you know, I got a few comments here and there throughout my years of doing YouTube. And they're like one or two people are like, whatever she says sounds fake, or I like my stories sound fake or whatever. And I'm just like, yo, my stories have so much emotion in them. Like, there's no way it could be fake. And if I'm faking a story, then I'm gonna fucking put some crema on the motherfucking taco. Like, I'm not just gonna be like, oh yeah, so you know, love is this and that, or oh, I went through this and that. I'm gonna be like, fuck, I fucking jumped off a train and I ran from the cops, and like, I'm gonna throw some crema on that shit. Like, it's not just gonna be like my little fucking little stories, because I know that people have been through more crazy shit. Like, I'm gonna add some more shit on it. No, I can't lie. Like, that's one thing I cannot do. And when I tell stories, my stories, like, I think that you could really feel the emotion that's coming from my heart and coming from my soul and coming from my memory, and you know, me going back into how I felt at that moment. Some are funny, but some are just really emotional. But my stories are never going to be fake, and I think that a lot of people could feel the emotion that is coming out of it. And I don't rehearse my stories. I just go off of like how I feel, what I'm, you know, what's in my memory and stuff like that. So but with that being said, I love you guys. Have a wonderful, beautiful Valentine. Remember, if you don't have a Valentine's, make your own dinner, sit with me, eat with me, and love yourself, okay? Because there ain't no better love than loving yourself. And I feel like that's the journey I am right now, is like really falling in love with myself, because like right now I'm like my own soulmate, you know? Like, I really love myself. Like, I'm really finding that soulmate within me. Like, I'm my own motherfucking soulmate right now. Like, if you best believe it, you best know it, okay? But whatever that means, I love you guys. Stay chunky, because chunky is beautiful. I will keep talking and like just rambling, and I don't know.